We have full-on powertrain swapped this car with an EcoBoost engine and a BMW transmission. From that to a body kit to an insane paint job, plus a really cozy interior. Oh, you guys know what's more cozy than this interior though? If you guess 5-3 Supply merch, you're not wrong. But Helix Sleep mattresses. I'm not gonna beat around the bush here. Sleep is incredibly valuable, and the key to attaining valuable sleep is buy a good mattress. We have worked with Helix Sleep 6 years now, and we have slept on their Helix Moonlight Luxe that entire time. So I'm gonna tell you why Helix is cool, and you're gonna listen real quick. Helix doesn't just offer one type of mattress. They offer many. And they eliminate all the guesswork and the annoying salespeople by offering a quiz that asks you basic questions on how you sleep. Side sleep, back sleeper, stomach sleep, upside down, diagonal, inside out sleep. I don't care how you sleep, but you need to go take the quiz and check it out for yourself. The list doesn't end there. You get the mattress online, it's shipped to your door for free if you're in the continental US. Your brand new mattress will arrive right at your door and ready for you to unbox and open up. Not in the budget right now? I totally get it, dude. They offer flexible payment plans. They also offer a 100-night sleep trial, to where if you use the mattress, test it out for yourself, and you don't like it, you can send it back to them. Thought it didn't get any crazier? Check this out. They're extending their Cyber Monday sale. When you go to my link, use my code right here on the screen, and save 27% off site-wide. It's a limited time offer, but if you're seeing this later, my code, my link, you can still use it anytime and get a discount. Our kids even sleep on Helix mattresses, and they're incredible. Check out the link I've got for you in the description and save some money on the extended Cyber Monday sale. That's helixsleep.com/Evan Shanks. Thank you to Helix Sleep for sponsoring. Let's get on to the video. Let's dive back into painting my EcoBoost-swapped 240SX. Last video, we sprayed the car with a custom color made by the spray source.
It's so good!
I'll recap the last video, but if you haven't watched it yet, there's a lot of learning points and a lot of really good tips in there. I imported an Origin Raceline kit and ended up doing a Sylvia front end swap on my 240SX. We started off with a pretty catastrophic, probably worst case scenario plasti dip job removal. But once that was gone, we started moving on to bodywork. Tommy from the spray source flew in town to help paint this car, but we ended up spending all of this time doing bodywork instead. The whole point of this series was to show everybody out there that you can absolutely do a showroom quality paint job yourself using the DIY paint build out kits from thespraysource.com. Now, if you want to learn more about them, I speak a lot more to them and explain them better last video, but essentially there's a build out option on the site. You choose the size of your car, how much prep you're wanting to do, willing to do, choose your base coat, and the rest of the kit comes with all the tape, the masking, everything you need from start to finish. Not only are the paint products fantastic, but the customer service is great and the products are incredible and super affordable. He runs a bunch of deals all the time, so do yourself a favor, do me a favor, check out thespraysource.com and check out the products for yourself. So to recap, last video, we bodyworked, prepped, masked, high build primered, bodyworked the high build, realized I was spending too much time on it, sealed it one more time, painted it, and then clear coated it. Now let's move on to the reason why I made this a two-part series. For some reason my camera broke and it's not gimbaling. Whoa! That actually has nothing to do with it. I just thought it was hilarious and wanted to put that in again. I didn't touch on this last video because I wanted to save it for a whole new video on the recovery process of paint from a bad environment. I started noticing when I was painting this car that there was a lot of buildup, and at first I thought it was the flake that was in the base coat. Even though, like I said in the last video, the smaller booth caused more issues, the large booth still wasn't perfect, and a lot of stuff settled into the paint. It got me worried for a minute because I started clear coating the trunk and realized that it was going to look terrible if I continued on, so I needed to wet sand it.
Oh my gosh, I did it. I did the whole car. I think we're fine now. Let's go.
That's how you know I finally sealed it correctly. You know why? Because it's bulbous. This is where I ran into the largest issue. Now, this was very late at night. This was probably the 14th, 15th, maybe 16th hour of the day that I've been working. If you guys recall, I was using the smaller paint booth outside for the spare parts because the main booth was packed to the brim. Because the smaller booth was sloped on a hill, I couldn't keep the floor wet. It would just go to one side and start draining out. Especially getting later at night, I couldn't tell if the floor was wet. I couldn't tell if there were particles floating around. I couldn't tell if it was just paint in the air. It was impossible to tell. After I let the clear cure for a bit and I went out and looked at it, I realized I messed up. My ADHD and OCD hyperfixation has gotten me on a Saturday constantly thinking about all the problem areas in the clear coat. I've been thinking about them. I went to sleep thinking about them. I woke up thinking about them. So now I'm going back up to flow coat the car. Here we go. I'm on a Saturday making a 2-hour round trip to the shop just because I can't stop thinking about it, and I'm not gonna be able to have a good weekend if I don't go and do it. Why am I like this? For the record, the clips I just showed you were a bit of an exaggeration. This is how the paint really turned out at the end of the evening, but it still wasn't great. There was tons of fish eyes everywhere, and there was a lot of dust that settled into the paint. Now, listen, jump scare alert. This is why, class, we clean our booths. This is why we had to make a part 2. This is probably worst case scenario. And I know Tommy probably doesn't want me to show you guys this, but this is 100% my fault. And I want to show you guys how to recover from this process, not just paint the car. As intimidating as this might look, it's actually a really simple fix. Now, yes, it would have been better if I would have done it correctly the first time and not had to do this, but it comes down to wet sand. Wet sanding is also something that seems really complex and frightening and scary to a lot of people, but it's very simple, and it's one of those things you just have to get out there and try. If you're looking to get into detailing or painting or both, it's absolutely something that you should know how to do and get familiar with. So get out there and try. Now check this out. Here's the before, and with a bit of wet sanding, here's the after. After finishing the over fenders, I realized, I'm already here. Let's just do the entire car. So I now have wet sanded the entire car with 600 grit. Now from here, you could start buffing, compounding, polishing, but this is where the flow coat comes in. Instead of doing that, you're gonna add an additional layer of clear coat, which not only gives you a glassier finish, but a ton of extra clear coat to work with for detailing. It's time to rinse and repeat one more time. Mix the clear coat, spray it on, be patient, and wait for the results.
Oh! We did it right this time. I am so glad that I came back and did this. Oh my God. Dude.
I'm already gonna die anyways. I'm shirtless. Get over it. Once in a lifetime. I can walk around my house without a shirt, but it's hot. Dude, this is amazing. Bro, this car got no business looking this good.
I can't even believe how pretty that is. We are so back.
After I polish it and wet sand it, flow coating is basically preemptively detailing the car, but then adding an extra layer of protection. Think of it like this. Clear coat is the best ceramic coat you could possibly get, ever, because it doesn't leave. Look at that, dude. What? Oh my gosh, dude. I ain't never seen two pretty 240s. One of them always gotta be ugly. You'll still see some fish eyes. There's only so much I can do with this tent. There's gonna be dust way up there. I mean, it's supposed to be pressurizing outward, and you know, now that I have that as closed as I possibly can, I mean, literally, like the booth is lifting itself up. You're gonna have dust particles in something like this. There's gonna be blemishes because I'm in a used, out of all, of all things, paint booth. If this paint booth was brand new, it would probably be a bit better of a result. Before I worked with Tommy, I used several different brands of paints before, and it's so, dude, like PSS, the Spray Sources paints, the Alpha line of paints, is easily the best and most consistent you can put into a spray can, aerosol can, or a paint gun. And that's so important. Like, this job would not look as good as it does if I didn't use the Spray Source. But I want to encourage you guys, it is really important. If you want to get a good looking car, like, you do not have to do as much prep work and sanding as I did. In fact, I don't recommend it ever. His stuff is comparably priced or less expensive than competing brands you would get at like a local paint store, but it's better. So it's like, in my mind, it's a no-brainer. Dude, look at this, dude. It's like curing or something. Look at this. Yeah, look at that. A little bit of air coming out of the car. The car is sort of pressurized. That's crazy. A massive thank you to Tommy from the Spray Source. He's become a good friend of mine, and he's one of those people that means well, and he started a business to legitimately make a better product and not just make something else that's a gimmick on the market. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. I just want you guys to know that you can do it. Whatever life throws at you that seems intimidating, I've learned in my life, I've been so limited by either my motivation or my willingness to try. And when you just try something with confidence, you guys, seriously, you'd be shocked at what you're capable of doing. Now that I've figured out how to put my shirt back on, it's time to tear off all the tape, put the car back together, and roll it outside to finally get a big picture of all the hard work you've done for the very first time. You know it's a good color if the bees like it. We've had a lot going on the past few videos, but I do want to say a big thank you to MA Performance, Vivid Racing. We've gotten a bunch of parts from them, but I want to let you guys know, dude, the car is not finished yet. We have a ton of things to do. I want to do some accents on the bumpers, skirts, and the rear bumper. I have a lot of trim pieces to get. I need to refinish and redo the Lexan, but it's so amazing seeing all the hard work come to life. It looks so good. But we still have a lot of work to do if we're truly going to make this a $20,000 paint job. Just real quick, check out that engine bay. It's pretty good, right? I'm just out here mixing chemicals, see what works best. I don't actually make the products. I just tell them what to do. Because I mean, I'm on so many government lists. I don't think they'd give me access to chemicals. But we're working on an engine bay detailer. Gotta keep it clean, dude. So the car looks really good. I have it home because I might have blown up my skyline, like I said last video. Oopsies. I've been real busy messing with and fine-tuning the fine details. So you'll notice that the rear windows, the Lexan is out of the car. Got a ton of overspray on it, so I'm just gonna redo it, make it look super nice. But I wanna show you guys, even after as much effort as we put into the car, I could have cleaned the booth a little bit better, kept it a little wetter, but I'm gonna show you guys kind of what we're dealing with here. And then I'm gonna do some wet sanding to show you guys what a true finished $20,000, I keep saying that, like, it really would be that much. But to be as transparent as possible, I want you guys to see the good and the bad. Not that it's bad, but I want you guys to have your expectations set, because wet sanding and polishing and buffing is absolutely part of a high-end paint process. So today I'm gonna be wet sanding the trunk just to give you guys an idea, and then we'll fully detail the car later. I've been kind of testing some products on this car, and this was wet sanded and I have compounded it. I haven't even polished it yet. Going from this to that is pretty awesome. So I'm gonna clean it off really quickly. For new paint, I want you guys to know, for new paint, you should never seal it, which is a wax or a ceramic. You should never use any of those products before you do the final polishing and compounding. So the safest product to use is our quick detailer. I love these hexagon lights because I'll be able to actually show you guys the imperfections. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. You hear that? It's all the dust that's settled into it. Oh. So orange peel is a topic of discussion that I really want to touch on as a detailer because, to be honest, most cars, and this is kind of an extreme case, but most cars will have orange peel from factory. Like, you're always gonna have this no matter what kind of car you have. This is a bit more extreme just because, like I said, it wasn't ideal conditions and the booth wasn't perfect, but you'll even see stuff like, you have a little fish eyes. This, I don't even know what happened there. There's just gonna be little things that settle in the paint, and that's part of the process. Unless you have a $30,000, $40,000 paint booth, that's just what's gonna happen, and it's totally fine because they can polish out. I got a couple of these panels cleaned off for you and I just wanna show you. So you're gonna have stuff like this. Some of it's me, some of it's not. You'll see some inconsistencies right there and just how the clear coat kind of cured on the paint. You'll have some spots that are really glassy and then some spots that aren't. Usually that ends up being where you stop the gun and how you flick, and that just comes with experience, and I'm still, golly, that scared the crap out of me, dude. That scared the mess out of me. I almost filled my whole pants with poop. So you'll see spots like right here, where basically what I was doing was I was spraying down and some extra kind of like landed here and it just kind of settled. And that's totally fine. That all buffs out. I am pretty proud of the fender and the doors. The whole car needs wet sanding. As far as bodywork goes, it's very smooth. Same with the door. This door, that's insane. So you'll have spots like there's a little mess up right there, maybe a paint drip. This will all be, I mean, you kind of can tell. I'm pretty sure you can tell on camera. That'll all be super glassy once I'm finished. Like, there'll be no imperfections once you wet sand. I'm actually probably gonna do this as well, just to show you guys. All right, so I'm gonna do the douchebag detailer method here. Don't do this when you're detailing, by the way. It makes very inconsistent areas. I'm a certified douche, so I know my way around some tape. I got my handy dandy 2012 or maybe 2010 Harbor Freight polisher. They don't even make these anymore. Low throw, and I use it for wet sanding only. This is the best wet sanding paper I've ever used. It's called OptiGrit. I want to sell it on our site at some point because it's amazing, but it's also sold by the spray source. It's made out of a different material than typical sandpaper is, and it lasts a really long time. By far the most risky, but definitely my favorite part of the detailing process. Just for the record, you should normally use a clear coat gauge. You can get them pretty cheap on like Amazon online, but I just sprayed this myself and I know how much clear coat I have. I put 6 coats of clear coat on this car because I knew Daddy was gonna be aggressive. Now to finish it off, I'm just gonna do a compound. I'm not actually gonna go all the way down to the polish because I'm gonna end up fully detailing this car and I want to polish it at the same time. This thing's awesome. I own a detailing company now, so it's like I might as well cave on a friggin' really nice polisher. Wireless too, so that's sick. This is one of our heavy compounds that we're testing. Like I said, I test and develop and torture test and use all of our products before we sell them. And then these are really cool. These are made by Buff and Shine. I'm hoping to actually sell these as well. Just gonna use a wool pad. I don't know exactly how wool's gonna treat this. It's always experimental. So we're just gonna kind of go for it and hope it cuts and hope it shines. It's kind of crazy though, like, yes, you'll see shine here, satin here, but once those abrasions are gone, we polish it up, it's gonna look like that, but without all the waves. I feel like I've said this 1,000 times, but I just want to reiterate it. The whole point of black tie detailing is it's to source the best possible products, or just to be fully transparent with you. Because this industry has a lot of gimmicky products and leaves a lot of guesswork, and it's usually just not good product. I'm going to be doing a series on YouTube, and then I'm going to be uploading like a tutorials page on black tie detailing to show you guys the basics of all of this stuff so that you guys can just have a good detailing process. Yes, I make really good products. Are they the best in the industry? I would like to think so. If they're not, then I want to make them better. But even with this, I just use 2 different types of compounds that I've been testing. And you know, the thing is, like, a lot of these polishes out there are very hard to wipe off. And I know people out there that don't have a lot of experience are going to have an issue with getting the product off. And so I've been very picky about being able to wipe off polish. The reason I don't have polishes and compounds available on the site yet is because I'm literally testing them to death, to the ground. And if it's not perfect, then I don't sell it yet. I hope you guys know. I get it. Every influencer has a brand, just trying to get a cash grab. It's not what we're doing here. I make good stuff. It's just how it is. First time using these pads, by the way. Incredible. You've seen me use other brands before. They never worked very well. This one, these, the best I've ever used. And they're made in the USA. Family-owned company. Really cool, guys. Check it out, though. This is just a compound. We have not polished it, so it will get shinier and it will get smoother. This is how the entire paint will look on the whole car. Actually, let's go ahead and take off the douche tape real quick and show you guys the difference. Use some quick detailer real quick just to get the grub off. Polishing's messy. Wet sanding's messier, just for the record. Wet sanding is very messy. Another reason why I'm not wanting to do the whole thing today is I need to tape stuff off. This right here is actually not product. That line is literally the wall of clear coat that we didn't file down. So you're gonna see in this, I need to hit this one more time. There's gonna be some spots that I actually do still need the wet sand. In fact, I need to go back probably in a few areas and hit it with 3000 because you'll see some orbital swirls, which is totally normal. Imperfections, lots of little fish eyes and stuff like that. Even the color going to the other side is deeper and richer, and generally it's just much smoother. I need you guys to know there's a lot more polishing that goes into this. There's still some fish eyes. I wish it wasn't so rainy and nasty today. I'd bring it out into the sun, but I mean, you can tell a difference. It's crazy. It's very shiny. Kind of a poor example, but like this is a better example. Like this B pillar, this C pillar right here. Hello. So it'll be clearer. You'll have less swirls in it. So when I say it's a $20,000 paint job, it's really a $12,000, $15,000 paint job with about $8,000 worth of paint correction in it, which is part of the process for a lot of these like SEMA cars and stuff. So we're gonna do that to the whole car. Now you'll notice like this, the waviness of, you'll get a lot of those little orange peels out. Now the bigger orange peels that you see, those are just some interesting thing that happened in the paint process. But I still have a lot of little things. In fact, there's some stuff I'm gonna have to repaint. Unfortunately, I just like mounted the freaking fender incorrectly over here and started obliterating my door. So there's gonna be some touch-up areas I'm gonna have to go, and that's totally fine too. I think the biggest thing that you can probably notice here is like this. And I didn't spend a ton of time on the lip, but here's the side before. There's after. It truly is like the most rewarding part of the paint process. Now, here's the thing though. That section, without even going all the way to a polish, that took a little over an hour. This car, if I'm gonna do it right, which I will, it's gonna be 20 hours more. So all said and done, this will be a 200+ hour job. All for the sake of drifting it, hitting stuff, tandeming with the boys. I'm so proud of this though, dude. Like that is amazing. I just love the process of this, and I can't wait to explain more in depth. When I started YouTube, I started making YouTube videos in 2010 because there was no tutorials, there's no how-tos, and I liked explaining things. I like talking. And so I want to go back to my roots with that, because honestly, like, the vlogging, it's very saturated. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not to say that I won't continue to vlog. Like, that's just part of my lifestyle and the things that I do. But I really love being able to explain. I love having the detailing company because it's like, I don't even have to explain to you guys how to use them. I put my knowledge and expertise into every bottle, so you don't necessarily have to have any. There's no brand that I've ever used that does that. I'm sure there's some out there. I just want literally the best products ever. That's what matters to me. Big spiel about black tie detailing, but this car is the next subject for the wet sand, which also, transparency time. I either need to sell this car now or my Skyline, because Skyline broke, needs a rebuild. I either need to do that, sell the IS so I can fund the R33, or sell the R33 and then fund the IS and then other fun things. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm at least gonna keep this around long enough to do some details, actually drive the thing, because I love these cars. I don't know, random. I feel like I don't talk much on camera these days, so I have to get a lot out anytime I'm filming. So, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Brief update here, it's basically done. As you can see, there's intercooler, exhaust, got the ECU in. Basically, I just need to do some, if I wasn't so busy with editing, I'd be just wiring right now. All I need is a starter and alternator harness, and I'm just gonna make it myself. So, also check it out. I made my own suede door cards. How freaking cool is this? I'm telling you, dude, we're going ham. We're going hard on this car, bro. Then I just need to find trim pieces. Car's gonna be sick, dude. Last time I'll say it. Actually, it's not the last time I'll say it, but thank you to Tommy at the Spray Source. Not only is he a good friend, not only does he have incredible products, but he's supported us in a time of need. I'm gonna be transparent with you. He has supported us in a time of need. It really, truly means the world to me if you just go at least browse. And they got trim paint, guitar paint, gun paint, you name it, like motorcycle paint. He has kits for everything. So check him out. I want you guys to support him as much as I want you to support me at Black Tie Detailing or with 5-3 Supply. All right, so I'm gonna do something fresh here I've realized in the past few years what's truly important in life. Not just sharing my story and giving you guys advice, because at some point sharing your story to an extent just gets whiny. I would rather help you guys understand how I got through my story than just giving you guys lessons on what I've done. So I'm gonna start doing this. I'm gonna give you quotes that have absolutely affected my life. So this is the book. Well, it's not the book. This is my notes on the book. Started writing in this thing over 10 years ago. And here's what's funny. I'll go back, I'll read some of this stuff and be like, damn it, if I would have just remembered that, I'd be in a better spot right now. First one I ever wrote down. Desire without knowledge is not good. How much more will hasty feet miss the way? Proverbs 19:2. If there is anything I have ever done in my life, it has been hasty. And ironically, it's the first thing written down, dude. First thing that ever stuck out to me, and that was like Proverbs, by the way, full of wisdom, like very, very fantastic book. There have been so many instances, and a lot of you guys will be able to relate to this, where we want to be successful we want to grind in our 20s, be settled in our 30s, retire in our 40s. Like that's like the American dream these days. We get so obsessed with money that we forget that like a lot of these decisions that we make in our lives, and you don't realize it until it's too late, but truly affect us in the long run. My ambition to be successful at a young age, it wasn't inherently bad. I still have that same drive, but it caused me to disobey this right here. It caused me to be hasty. Hasty is when you act too quickly or rashly without truly like analyzing everything around you. And it says right here, dude, desire without knowledge is not good. Like if you're hasty with a desire, but you don't have the knowledge yet, you're going to miss the way. And let me tell you what, I am a living testimony to that being true. I have made so many decisions in my life on a short-term basis. I would just try and keep up with the Joneses for the sake of like keeping my short-term like YouTube numbers up or my Instagram likes up. It truly, you guys have heard me say it, like the reason why I needed to refocus for this last, year and a half or so. I not only missed the mark, I not only missed the way, I lost myself in all of that. I mean, it makes that verse so much more true. It's insane. I mean, seriously, go to Proverbs and read a chapter of Proverbs. I don't care. If you don't believe in God, you don't whatever. The Bible is where all of your success and motivational books originate from. You can fight me on that. I don't care. I've always had the desire, but I wasn't patient enough to wait for the knowledge how to do it. God instills a desire and, you know, a purpose in all of us, way before we're even born. So the desires of your heart are not inherently wrong. Those are there for a reason, but you have to fight the evil within you in order to execute and fulfill and actually make something out of those desires, out of those gifts. And sometimes it is better to wait, better to gain knowledge than act right now, because that little bit of money right now might actually take away from your purpose, your calling, your it might take away from your money later in life. And for me, if I could look at my old self, I was too stubborn to sit there, pray about it, think about it, reflect on it. It was just about the day. I wouldn't take care of my mental health. I wouldn't take care of my physical health. I mean, it was literally just about making a number each day and trying to fill my bank account up. And again, a lot of those aspects of me are still here and they're still there. And I'm hungry and I'm driven. And I wish you guys would all buy blacktidetailing.com so I could have a successful company. Those aren't wrong, but the way that you act on them can be, and they can be detrimental to your life. I have like lifeblood in here. I mean, in every single thing you're gonna hear is like, I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And this ain't even the book. There will always be ways that you'll be spoken to differently whenever you hear scripture. And if there's something that sticks out to you one day, I mean, even if you think that, oh, there's no way that this applies to me, but it sticks out to you in your brain, I bet you that inkling of you that knows what's right is trying to scream out and tell you something. My body told me to quit alcohol for years. My body told me to take a break and enjoy family for years. My body told me to take care of my mental health for years. And I would always tell myself, like, and even the Bible would tell me, I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm making money. I'm great. It devastated me. And I don't want that for you guys. I wanted to make my own plan and act on my own desires. But without the knowledge, it made me go, you know, here was the path to success. It made me go, freaking full speed, into the wall. Love you guys. I pray for you guys. And, you know, if you guys ever have questions about faith, about Jesus, like, that is the only thing that matters in life. That literally is the only important decision you could ever make. If you want to hate me for that, that's fine. There's a Bible verse that tells me that you will. If you don't, then please reach out. And if it's on your heart today, salvation's simple. You just have to admit you're a sinner. God, I'm messed up. I know that. You sent your son to die for me. You know, the only person in history that has the most written about them, but people argue about whether he existed, that guy, Son of God. You sent your son to die for me. The wages of sin, me, is death. The gift of God is eternal life. So God, be my savior. I ask you to come into my heart, be my savior, guide me, and be what rescues my life for eternity. Say amen. Done. You gotta believe it though. I love you guys. I will see you next video. A lot more work to do to this hunk of junk in the interior. I can't wait for you guys to hear it run. It's awesome. Jesus loves you. I do too. See you guys next video. Bye.